My name is Garvey Mortley. I'm a student activist for racism across the virtual and real world. Sometimes I make information videos on my YouTube channel, and I'm also a podcaster with my sisters and my mom. Well, I've just started to go on panels like this, and on the podcast with my mom and my sisters, we have discussions about like race and also other stuff. And as I said, I make informational videos, and one of my most popular ones is Blackface in Roblox, and it's just an informational video about that, and yeah. I know this is kind of cheesy, but I think the world inspires me because I know the world isn't really a good place, so that kind of inspires me to help make it a little bit better. I read a lot about like Black activists, like of course Audre Lorde, James Baldwin, Malcolm X, a little bit about Martin Luther King Jr. because like he's kind of well known. I used to go to school with like natural hairstyles, like an afro or like a bun, and people used to like touch it and call me names because of it. When there's racism, things are less fair, so I think it's very important to understand that it's unacceptable because, I mean, we all want things to be fair because if you're on the playground, like, of course you would want to turn on the swings if somebody else was on the swings. So it's kind of like that, like you want things to be fair when it's something that's involving with you. So when something else doesn't really involve you, I think it should also be fair. I think people are racist because of power, and I think that the more things are unfair, the more power people have. So let's say someone who has a lot of money, I don't think that, like, if things were more fair and less racist, I don't think that he would have that much money because the money would be spread around more in the community because, say, Black people get paid more because it would be less racist, or Black women would get paid more, or Hispanic women and men. Like, I think that's why people are just okay with like systemic racism and regular racism because they have more power. So I think that it's important for me to stand with it because it's a very great opportunity for me to help just put this out, even though I don't really have a big following yet, but it's still a great opportunity for my friends and family to learn about this day. And also there's like discrimination and racism in like every corner of the world. And like it's time for everyone to start to think about how we can change that. So yeah, and also people who are being discriminated against and towards, like people of color, darker skinned people, anyone, like they can't fight the battle alone. So we also need to find out who our allies are and how to make more allies. I think that individuals can think about their racist and biased thoughts that they have and like think about how they can eliminate them and how they can heal themselves, and while they heal themselves, how they can make change in their communities and their families. Because while we're making change in our communities and families, as we're healing ourselves, like the change in our communities and families should be our motivation to keep going.